Okay, today I'm going to show you how to clean the element, the sensing element in the Lumix. It's the Panasonic Lumix. It's a DMC-ZS30. Here's a before picture, and you can see the two pieces of lint, and then you'll see an after here where you'll see the lint is gone. So it does a pretty good job. Now what I've done already prior to starting this video was I've taken out some screws, and I'll show you which ones those are. And you'll need some of these precision screwdrivers. You know, the screws are pretty small, so if you have a set of these, see which works best. And you can see here I've taken out two screws, one here, one here. On the bottom, one here, one here. And then on the other side, one here and one here. Of course, before you start anything, you have to make sure that you take the SD card out and the battery. Okay? So I have all the screws out now, and now we're going to take off the back. Now what I found easiest, and this is not too hard to do, you take a flathead screwdriver, you know, one of those mini flathead screwdrivers, and you can see this joint here where the two sides meet. You just stick it in there and twist, and you'll notice that these sides will start to come apart. And I'd like to open this because, well, let's see if we can do it without it, because you can see it better. So put it in. See if we can do it so you can see it there, and I have to give it a little twist. There, you can see it coming apart there. And you do that all along this joint here. I'll do it so you can see it. There you go, you can see it's coming apart. A little twist, good. Okay, it's coming apart. And you might need to do that along, you know, all the joint there, up here. This is coming apart fairly easily. And now I can take the back off. There we go. There's a little glue there. But here we have the back of. Okay, the next step is to remove the LCD screen. Now, this is something you have to be careful with. You can see there's this ribbon wire that's right here. Okay, you need to be very careful of that. Now, believe it or not, there's only one clip that's holding this screen on, and on this particular camera, it is right here. Hopefully this isn't too blurry, but it's right here. Back it out a little bit in case it's too blurry. Okay? So if you just sort of get your screwdriver underneath there and pull it up a little bit, the whole back screen will come out. So I'll attempt to do that now. Put it underneath. Pull it up a little bit. You can see it's sort of hooked on there. Comes out just like that. And then the screen will come out. And of course you don't want to pull it because there's this ribbon wire that's right here. Okay, next we're going to remove this next panel here. And the way we remove that is by removing these three screws. Here, here, and here. Three black screws. Okay, you can, if you look closely, you can see that that's actually what's holding this, I guess, copper panel. You can see there's some other things, but those aren't for the panel. So we got those three out, and now we're going to take this panel off. Now that the screws are out, you want to, it's really just prying this off, and you want to start sort of over here in this area and get a flathead screwdriver and just sort of start prying gently in different spots. Try not to go too deep, and you can see it's coming out a little bit there. And then I'm I'll go to the side over here. This is the bottom. Start just shimming it in. And it might be a little stubborn at times, but it'll start coming up. You can see it's coming up here pretty easily. This bottom side was the most stubborn for me. This is the bottom side of the camera, and what I found, what helps is I think these little teeth here are grabbing on to this plastic piece, and I found that if I just push it in like that, the whole thing comes up. So there we go. So this thing has just come up. Just like that. Okay, next to get to the element is you're going to be undoing these screws right here. Now these screws, at least on this camera, is a somewhat like a Allen wrench, but it's a star. And the size that I have here are T4s. So the T4 fits these right here. So I'm going to start unscrewing these. This was the precision screwdriver set that I used for the to open up the element. So it's a star drive, and it was the T4. That's the size. Okay, now we've reached the sensing element, and right underneath is the sensing element. Now before I lift it up, I want to get my cleaning apparatus ready so that I can clean to minimize the amount of dust that might get in as I'm cleaning it. Obviously the cleaner you are in this whole thing, the better off you are to prevent any more dust from getting in. So I've lifted this up, and here you can see that is the sensing element right there. So I'm going to clean that, and then I'm going to clean the lens also. You can see the lens right there. Let me get a better angle. There you go. I'm going to clean both and then just put it right back together. Basically just in reverse order. So I'll use this, but you can use whatever you feel is appropriate, and just lightly swab it off. Same thing with the lens. And you might want to get a lint-free cloth also, which I will do also. It's good to look at it in a reflection, because you can really see what's on there. And right now I'm not seeing anything, so I think I'm good. Look at the lens in a reflection. Don't see anything there, so I'm going to close her up. One thing I wanted to point out, this circuit board here, you can see this block here, right here. That fits right in here. Okay? And then there's a tab right here. and that tab fits right underneath this plastic piece. So you place it like this, underneath first. It's underneath that little lip there, and then push it down firmly so that that block fits in, and then it's solid. It should be in there solidly, not moving around. Okay? And then with the LCD screen, you push it in, and there's that little thing here that makes sure it catches. That's what I had initially released. So make sure that catches, and if it's bent a little bit, push it back so that it's in there. Again, here's actual pictures from this cleaning job. You can see it did a pretty good job. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.